Hey friend, welcome to Chrysalis Chats. My name is Tanya, and like a caterpillar to a butterfly, I help people metamorphosize their diets and lifestyles to be plant-based, 1 tablespoon of maca powder at a time. You guessed it, today we're talking not only about maca powder, what it is and why you'd want to use it in your daily diet, but also different ways that you would go about using it in your diet. So the first reason why I feel that maca powder is going to be a really good thing for you to incorporate in your diet is because it has energy boosting properties to it. There's lots of micronutrients. You can do your own research if you want to learn more about that, but there's lots of different things in maca powder that make it a really powerful substance, or herb if you want to call it that, even though it's a root, right? That actually has a really powerful influence over your body's energy levels. And this is sustained energy. This isn't just you take it, you feel great for a half an hour, and then you crash. No, we're talking about sustained, ongoing energy throughout a longer period of time, hours and hours on end, okay? The second reason why I think you should include maca powder in your diet is because it is a rich source of iron, plant-based iron, okay? So this is an important thing to consider as a vegan. If you're not already supplementing your iron, or even if you are supplementing your iron, it's just good to get iron from food-based sources, okay? You can get it from leafy greens, of course, okay? You can get it from beets, of course, but maca powder is just one other way as a plant-based person to get your iron from a food source. So that is obviously going to be a win in my book for you. The third reason that I really feel it's going to benefit you is because it's an adaptogen. And an adaptogen means that it's a substance, my definition of that is that it's a substance that has an internally purifying and revitalizing effect on your major organs and like your endocrine system, which leads us into the next one, which is that maca powder helps you balance your hormones. So if you are a male, if you are a female, if you're non-gender identified, whatever, that's cool. Whatever you have going on in your body, we all have hormones, right? And it's going to balance your hormones no matter what your sex and gender is. It's going to bring that hormonal balance back to a good, healthy medium. And this leads us into another specific to women thing that you might want to consider introducing maca powder into your diet. That was a run-on, but you get what I'm saying? Why women would want to have maca in their diet is because of your cycle. Whether you are a woman who is having a period still in life, or you're entering into the second phase of your life and you're going through menopause, you're going through that transition of your whole body changing, right? Its whole chemistry and everything in that very important cycle of our lives. Whatever it is, maca powder as a woman is going to help you, again, regulate your hormones. But let me translate that a little further for you in case you're not connecting the dots. What that's going to do is actually reduce the discomfort that you're experiencing as a woman on your cycle. So if you're like me and you're a woman who has, like, by your baseline, intense cramps, intense fatigue, intense just feeling like total bleepity bleepity bleep, right? While you're on your cycle and you need help balancing that out, I'm actually going to do another video on that you can check out on the channel shortly here. So be sure to subscribe for more of those updates and hit the bell icon. But if that's something that you're experiencing, maca powder is going to help you regulate that stuff and reduce your pain, reduce your cramps, reduce your bloating, all the negative symptoms that you would associate with that cycle. It's going to help reduce that. Same if you're in a menopause cycle. There are other herbs that I'm going to talk about in that video about women's cycles and changes in life, like menopause especially, but I want you to keep in mind that maca powder is a good resource for that. So moving right along, we're going to transition now into thinking about how we might actually use maca powder in our diet. So if you haven't seen my recent video on macachinos and how to make a macachino, I totally recommend that you check that out, because to me that is my #1 favorite way to ingest maca, and I feel like you're gonna really enjoy it too. It's just a tablespoon of maca powder. You can watch the video if you want like a full down low on what else goes in there, but it's super creamy. It's a great way to reduce your caffeine intake if you're somebody who's trying to avoid coffee or minimalize it based on your time of the month or whatever anxiety, whatever your reasons may be for you and your life. But with that said, you can definitely eat maca and maca chinos, and I do think that that is a positive way to ingest it, because actually I just learned recently from a vegan nutritionist I follow on YouTube, Simnet Nutrition, if you ever want to check them out, that basically heating your maca powder is a good way to help access the different minerals and other healing properties of that medicine, if we're going to talk about it in those terms, right? So that's something to consider. Is that it's good to eat it in that form because it's heated. You can also add maca on top of your salads, just straight up, either in your dressing that you're making or using out of a bottle, or just sprinkle it on top. It tastes delicious like that. You can put it on top of oatmeal. You can put it in any other smoothie that you're creating. I mean, really, the ways of ingesting maca are infinite. If you like the flavor and if you are seeking something, I would say especially for that hormonal balance, and keep in mind that in our society that we're currently living in, there are a lot of different disturbances, I'll say, to our hormonal system. And your hormonal system in a lot of ways is also linked to your immune system. It's also linked to your health and your ability to fight off diseases and stuff. So that's just, something to consider for you. If you are like Tanya, it's not really in my budget right now, maca's pretty expensive, and I don't have hormonal specific needs or requirements or interests for my body at this point in time, I'm not trying to avoid caffeine, then maybe don't go the maca route. It's not like you can't get those other healing properties from other foods, so don't feel like limited. But if you are having issues related to those things and you think, this might be a hormonal thing and you're listening to your body, try maca powder. I think it's a really powerful healer. It's definitely an ally. It's definitely a good thing to have in your toolkit of your cabinet, so to speak, as a plant-based person who is thriving. So with that said, my friend, please do support the channel by hitting this like button here and subscribing, hitting that bell icon. It helps the channel grow, simply stated, and I want to keep providing you more awesome content to inspire you and provide you with a toolkit of knowledge on your plant-based journey. So with that said, whether you're just starting off as a tiny little caterpillar, like where are the leaves at, or you're a full-fledged butterfly sipping the nectar of a plant-based diet, you, my friend, are awesome. Have a blessed day.